We're going to start today in child's pose. So sit back on those heels, bring your knees out about as wide as your mat, sink your chest down, bring your forehead to the mat. If you need to lift your hips away from your heels to get your forehead down, that's okay. But once you have your forehead down, and if your hips are off of your heels, put a little pressure into your palms. Press yourself back a little further, finding more length in the spine to get your hips back a little more. Really stretch the arms out long. First, noticing how you feel. Letting go of anything that's happened today, anything that's going to happen later. Coming into this present moment, connect with your breath. That deep ujjayi breath, nice and slow. We're going to spend a little time here with our breath. That's going to be the key to keeping you present in your practice, keeping you mindful. Since you only have 30 minutes here that you're pausing to do your practice, makes it a little bit tougher to stay focused and stay present. So you really want to focus on the breath. Try counting to see how long you're able to inhale and how long you're able to exhale. That's going to come into play a little while later. Trying to have very long inhales, very long exhales. Take another big inhale here and really stretch further through the sides of the torso, in the spine, through the shoulders. And then on your exhale, thread the needle, bring your right arm across the chest under your left armpit. And you'll keep that left shoulder bumped down so that you get a nice big stretch in the right shoulder and the right arm and through the upper back there. One more inhale. Really reach the arms away from the body. And then on your exhale, bring your right arm back out in front of you. Pausing center here for an inhale, lengthen more. And then on your exhale, thread the needle on the other side. Left arm now is going across the chest, under that right arm. Keep that right shoulder bumped down. Press your left shoulder down into the mat. Feel that stretch. Your palm can be facing up towards the ceiling or rolled down towards the floor. You can have your forehead on the mat or maybe your left ear on the mat, whatever feels good. One more inhale, reach. And then on your exhale, bring that left arm out. Take an inhale, lengthen. And then on your exhale, press into your palms, tuck your toes. Let's come into downward dog. Lift those hips up high. Once you're there, feel free to pedal out the heels or whatever else you'd like to do to work into the backs of the legs. Maybe some hops with the heels. Maybe you'd like to stretch the feet, come up onto the toes, bend the knees, stretch the feet. Plant your left foot and then inhale the right leg up. So three-legged dog. We're keeping the hips squared to our mat. That right leg is just up, straight, and as high as you can. Feeling the stretch in the left hamstring. Then you're going to exhale, bend the right knee, roll that right hip on top of the left. Pressing into that right hand still. And then on your inhale, we'll come back to that three-legged dog, square up the hips. Exhale, then bring your right knee to your right elbow through a plank position. Again, inhale back to three-legged dog. Exhale, stack the hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, stack the hip. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. And then exhale, bring that right foot forward, plant it between your hands, drop the back knee, and come up. We're going to take a clasp behind us with our hands for a shoulder rinse. Make sure that your right foot and left knee are on opposite sides of the mat here, so you're nice and stable. Press the hips forward, lift the chest, pull back on the arms, look up. 2 breaths. Good. Come back, center, and you're just going to take that right leg out to the side, having your heel and knee and hip all in line straight out to the side. Left hip is stacked over the left knee. Right hand will go to that right leg for support. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Use that reach to help you lift the rib cage away from the left hip and come over into a side bend. And your gaze can be wherever you'd like it to be for being comfortable on your neck. So you can look it forward, you can look down, whatever feels good, whatever feels natural there. Then we'll inhale back up. And on your exhale, bring your left hand or fingertips down to the ground next to you. Right arm's reaching up and over to the side of the head. Here's a good place if you have a block. If you'd like to have your left hand on a block, you might like to have that extra lift. We're pushing down into the right heel, reaching out through the right arm, right fingertips. One more breath here. Inhale, come back center, keep your legs right where they're at. Place your hands out in front of you. We're going to do some cat-cow with that right leg extended off to the side. So shoulders are stacked over your wrists, fingers spread wide. Inhale, drop the belly, tilt the pelvis forward, pull the chest forward, look up. Exhale, push the ground away, pull the belly in, tuck the chin and look towards your belly. 2 more with your breath. Coming back to neutral spine. And just keep your hands where they're at. Tuck the back toes and swing that right leg back. The right foot meets the left. Feet are hip width apart. Back to your downward dog. Pedaling out the heels again if you'd like. And then we'll do all of that now on the left side. So inhale your left leg long, three-legged dog. Exhale, roll the left hip on top of the right. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, stack the hip. Inhale. Exhale, forward, knee to elbow. Inhale. Exhale, stack. Inhale. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to your three-legged dog, and then exhale. Foot forward, plant it at the top of your mat. Coming up here, taking your grip behind you. Pull back on those arms, press the hips forward, lift the chest. Then come back up. Right hip stacks over that right knee. Bring your left leg straight out. Hand on that leg for support. Inhale, reach up, lift the right ribs away from the right hip. And exhale over, keeping your shoulders and your hips squared to the front of the mat. So you don't want to be rolling in, letting that right shoulder drop forward. Keep it back. Nice long spine as you're bending. Inhale back up. And then on your exhale, right hand comes down, left arm to the side of the head, trying to create a nice straight line along the whole left side of the body. Press into the left foot. Lift a little more with the left arm. Inhale to come back up. And then exhale yourself down, hands down, setting up for our cat-cow. 3 cat-cows. Inhale. Exhale. Being mindful of that breath and body connection here. And then keep your hands planted, tuck those back toes, and come back to downward dog. Pedal out the heels one last time if you'd like here. Let's inhale into upward dog. You can drop those legs and hips, and your legs can be hip width apart or even wider if you like them to be as wide as the mat. Whatever feels good to your low back here. The wider the legs, sometimes the better it feels. And then you'll exhale back into child's pose. Take an inhale. And then back to downward dog on your exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Pause for an inhale. Exhale to downward dog. We're going to do this a couple more times. Try to make these movements as slow as you can, which means, come into upward dog, which means you're breathing as slow as you can here. So you're moving with the breath. Exhale back into child's pose. Pause for an inhale. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, child's pose. Stay for an inhale. And then exhale to downward dog. We're going to walk forward on our inhale. Feet come up to meet the hands. Keep your feet separated. Hip width apart. We're just going to hang here in ragdoll so you can grab opposite. Elbows up above your head if you'd like to be a little heavier. Help the upper body be a little heavier. Hang a little further over those legs. You can have your knees bent. You can even put a little sway side to side if you'd like. Now interlace all 10 fingers and you're going to place them at the base of the skull. So you're not pulling on your head, but it creates a little bit of weight there. So you feel a bigger stretch along the spine. And we're going to keep our hands there as we roll back and forth. So to roll up, you're going to bend your knees quite a lot and get those hips under you. And then start to roll the spine up to standing. And when you're at the top, you're going to come all the way up and bring those elbows out wide. Try to press the elbows down towards the ground, and you're in a back bend. You're putting a little pressure into your grip here with your head, pushing into those hands, and hands pressing slightly back. And then we'll exhale, roll down again. So tuck the chin, roll the whole spine all the way down, soft bend in the knees. And then to come up, really bend the knees, get the hips under you, and roll yourself back up to standing. So this feels a little awkward, probably looks a little awkward too, but should feel really great along your spine. Just this is where you really need to move slowly with your breath. So you're exhaling to roll yourself down and then inhaling to come up. And so you need that breath to be nice and long so you have plenty of time to come up and unfold, bringing the chest out wide. Exhale. So just move with your breath. We'll do a few more. Last one. And then just exhale, arms your side. Come into mountain pose and take 2 breaths there. Close your eyes if you'd like. And then we'll take eagle. So we're going to inhale our arms up. Right arm will swing under the left. Try to wrap your elbows and your wrists, palms touch, thumbs towards you. If you can't get the wrists wrapped as well, then modify and grab opposite shoulders. Then you're going to sink your hips and bring your right leg up and over the left, squeezing everything really tight. Draw the elbows down, broaden the chest, sink the hips a little lower, bring the upper body back. You want shoulders stacked over the hips. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then inhale to release, reaching up. And then exhale, left arm swings under. Sink down low, left leg comes up and over the right. Try to tuck the toes behind that standing calf if you can. Again, draw the elbows down, broaden the chest. The shoulders slide down the back. The goal is to one day have fingertips below the nose. So pull down on those arms, squeeze everything tight, sink a little lower, and then inhale to release. Exhale, arms your side. We're going to step the left foot back. So we're coming into a high lunge here. So back leg is really strong, really straight. And we're going to bring hands to heart center. You're going to come forward into warrior 3. So right leg is straight, left leg is straight, left hip rolled down, torso is facing the ground. And then you're going to bend into the standing leg, tap that left knee behind the right calf. And then inhale, extend both legs out long again. Exhale, tap. Inhale out. Exhale, last time tap. Inhale, back out. Step back into your high lunge, and we're going to take a twist. So set up. Here, inhale, lengthen the spine, pull the belly in, exhale, twist. If you need to modify, drop the back knee. Press into those palms, bring the right shoulder back a little more. Keep your hips squared up behind you. Inhale back to center, and then exhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right. And take a breath here in mountain pose. Notice the difference from one leg to the next, one hip to the next, one glute to the next. We just really gave that right glute a nice little workout. Now we're going to step the right foot back, come down into that lunge, that high lunge, and bring hands to heart center. Make sure you have a nice solid connection under that left foot. And push yourself forward into warrior 3. Find your balance here. Be strong, and then we'll tap right knee to the left calf. Inhale out. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale back out to your warrior 3, and then step it back into your high lunge. Find your balance, and then we'll take our twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale into the twist. Back leg stays really straight, really strong, unless you're taking that modification to bring the knee down. Inhale, back to center. And then exhale, plant your hands, step back to downward dog. Take 2 more breaths here in downward dog. Now, the next sort of flow that we're going to do, you're going to, from downward dog, you're going to bring your knees down to a hover off of the mat. Now, you can modify and bring your knees all the way to the mat if you'd like. On your inhale, you'll extend the right leg out, and exhale, bring that leg back down or to a hover. Inhale, extend the left leg, and exhale, bring it down. Inhale, back to downward dog. When you're hovering the knees, or if you have the modification of knees down on the mat, you are still trying to keep belly strong and no back bend happening. So don't let the belly sway down towards the mat. So let's do that again. You're going to exhale, knees to a hover. Inhale, extend right leg. Exhale, back to hover. Inhale, extend left. Exhale, back to hover. Inhale, downward dog. You'll take an exhale and an inhale. Exhale, knees to a hover. Inhale, right leg. Exhale to hover. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, hover. Inhale, downward dog. Now come down into child's pose. Drop those knees down, sit on the heels. Come back into child's pose. Maybe noticing any differences from this child's pose to the very first one we did. Maybe feeling a little looser, a little more warmed up. Take 3 deep breaths. And then work your way back up. We're going to come to a kneeling position on your knees, setting up for camel. Hands to the low back. Draw the elbows towards one another behind you to really stretch and open the chest and fronts of the shoulders there. Inhale, lift your gaze, lift your chest, look up. Exhale, go back. Maybe reach for your heels. Try to create the biggest back bend possible here. So if you have your heels, you still want to press the hips forward. Focus on that huge opening of the front of your vertebrae, big compression along the back side of your vertebrae. And then slowly come up, hands low back for support. Sit on your heels, bring your knees together. We'll take rabbit. You're just sliding those hands down now to cup your heels. You'll tuck your chin, roll forward, round forward. Bring your forehead to your knees if you can, or as close to them as possible. Then really get a good grip on those heels. Cup the heels. Inhale, lift your hips up. So now we have a huge opening along the backside of your vertebrae, big compression on the front. So pull the belly in, pull on that grip. Try to open the spine a little more. And slowly round up. We'll come to a seat on our mat. Bring right leg out, left foot in. Let's keep that right leg straight. So find your lowest grip where you can still keep the leg straight, and then take an inhale with your grip, long spine all the way from your tailbone out the crown of your head, and then exhale, keep that spine long as you hinge forward, reaching your chest forward. As you come down, then just drop the head, relax the neck, the shoulders, keeping that right leg straight. 2 breaths. And inhale back up. Switch legs, left leg out, right foot in. Find your lowest grip while keeping that leg straight. And then take an inhale, long spine. Pull your belly button back towards the spine. Exhale, come forward, keeping length in the spine as you come down. Relax the head. Inhale, come back up. Both legs out in front of you, working the hips back underneath you. You want to be leaning forward slightly, so you might even want to roll up the back of your mat if you need to get those hips up. You're going to grab your big toes with your 2 peace fingers. If you need to bend the knees to get there, that's okay. Inhale, still long spine. Exhale, reaching the chest forward to keep length in the spine as you come down. And then when you can't come any further, relax the head. Inhale, come back up. Just sit in a crisscross position. We'll end with a twist and then a little breath work. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, looking as far over the right shoulder as you can, sitting up really tall, belly engaged as you're twisting. Left hand can push into that right knee to help give you a little traction to twist a little further. Inhale, lift, lengthen. Exhale, stay in that twist. Just bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Look as far over left shoulder as you can. Bring the shoulders down the back. Keep that right shoulder back. And then inhale back to center. Reach up, lengthen. Exhale, twist to the left. Looking as far over the left shoulder as you can. Sitting up nice and tall. Maybe putting pressure into your grip there with your right hand to help you twist a little more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over the right shoulder. Keeping left shoulder back, keeping in your twist. Slide the shoulders away from the ears. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to your knees. You can have your hands resting, palms gently facing up, fingers curled, or you could even take a mudra with the first finger and thumb. Close your eyes. Take a big inhale to start. Big exhale out of the nose, in and out of the nose. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. Hold at the bottom. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Biggest exhale out of your mouth. And then come down into Shavasana. Completely let go, melt yourself down, relax, stay here as long as you can. Namaste.